All right, guys, we're just setting up here. We're almost done. So, how are you guys? We're here with another video. For this time, we're streaming live. So I hope you guys are good. I hope you know, fine. Now, this is not going to be a very long video. I just have just a few things to talk about for Lenz law. It's more like an introduction, or it's more like an introduction. So electromagnetism, Lenz law. Now, in 1834, when Emil Lenz is actually a German physicist, and just before that, guys, if you want to have, let's say, a private class, whatever, we have our number on the screen. You can easily send a WhatsApp message or anything you need. Just chat me up. All right, so let's get back into the business of the day. We're talking Lenz law. Emil Lenz, you have his picture on the screen. In 1834, he came up with a law. He actually discovered, you know, most of the laws in physics or in science in general. Most of the laws, they're based on accidental discovery. You only have a fraction that was actually intended. But then while they're doing something else, they would just notice something, and then they would check what exactly is happening, and poof, that would be the end. So in 1834, he came up with a law which we refer to as Lenz law now, which states that the direction of an induced potential difference always opposes the change that produces it. This means that any magnetic field created by the potential difference will act so that it tries to stop the wire or magnet from moving. Now, what we're saying is, in essence, here, I'm trying not to make this a very long video. Yeah, I'm trying so hard. All right, so what we're saying in essence here is, when you have a solenoid, yeah, and you have a permanent magnet, you know, a solenoid will produce its own magnetic field when you pass a current through it. So the magnetic field, there will be an interaction between the magnetic field of the solenoid and the magnetic field of the permanent magnet. I'm going to show you a picture to that effect in the next slide. But then I just want to say to you some things. Maybe later we'll do a video on these different stuffs you have on the screen that are actually, you know, brought on their own. Magnetic field lines for a permanent magnet. That's the first picture you have on the slide. That's the magnetic field lines created by permanent magnet, bar magnet in this case. You have the lines going out from the north and coming down through the south. The lines actually, you know, it's continuous, even into the magnet. So it's not like it stops at the edge, at the post. No, it doesn't stop at the post. So it continues like that. The picture you have here is actually, the picture of the magnet is actually turned upside down. But in fairness, if you're going to draw yours, the arrows should point out of the north and then go into, you know, the south pole. All right, that's one. Number two, current carrying conductor, a wire. So when we say conductor, it's just a fancy way of saying our wires and all of that. Right. Now, if you pass a current through a current carrying wire or current carrying conductor, if you choose to call it that, it will produce a magnetic field once the current is passing through the wire. The magnetic field is what you have right there in the picture, although it's not a full picture, but at least you have an idea. I think we have a video. If you check our channel, we've got a video on current carrying conductor and how the magnetic field looks like. Just check it out. Field lines in solenoids. Now, the magnetic field in a current carrying conductor is not so strong. It's there, all right? It's there. It's not so strong as you might like. So, if you need a stronger magnetic field, then turn the current carrying conductor to a coil of wire, turn it into a solenoid. The more the turns you have, the stronger the magnetic field once you pass the current through it. Right. And then the fourth level is if you want to make the magnetic field stronger, all right, you include an iron core. We call it a soft iron core, a soft iron core. So once you pass the current through it, the solenoid will produce its own magnetic field, and then the iron will be magnetized in the process, producing a bigger magnetic field. All right, so we're getting there gradually. We're getting there. All right, now what you have on the screen is just an example of if you've got a solenoid and then a permanent magnet. All right, if you're pushing the magnet, I mean the permanent magnet, that's the bar magnet you have on the screen. If you're pushing the magnet into the solenoid, you're pushing it into the solenoid will, have the closest end to the magnet as the North Pole. So that's more like a repulsion. You're pushing the magnet into it, all right? And then the force produced in that instance is trying to push the magnet away. So while you're doing that, you feel a repulsive force trying to get the magnet away. So that's what Lenz discovered, that once you do that, there will be an opposition to the force. All right, going down from the generator effect. Generator effect is when the movement, all right, the movement of the magnetic field or magnets and all of that generates a current, induced current, induced voltage leading to induced current, and then first in the process, all right, and then the end becomes North Pole, which is what you have on the screen. Like I said, I'm trying so hard not to make this very, very long. All right. Demonstrating Lenz law 2. In this case, if you're trying to move the magnet away, all right, you're trying to move the magnet away from the solenoid, you see that? Then the end of the solenoid closest to the magnet will become South Pole in an attempt to create a force that would, like a force of attraction. You're moving the magnet away, you can see it from the arrow, and then the ends of the solenoid is trying to pull the magnet back. So that's just the basic thing. Sorry, that's just the basic thing that Lenz law is talking about. That the magnets or the setup you have will always produce or generate a force in opposition to whatever you're doing. So if you're moving the magnet into the solenoid, the end of the magnet, did I say magnet? No, the end of the solenoid closest to the magnet will have North Pole, will become North Pole, repulsion, trying to negate what you're doing. And then if you're moving it away, attraction, the end becomes South Pole, trying to pull you back. So guys, in If you've got questions, you can drop it down with the comment section. And I'll see you guys around.